and remind myself, if you faint, you fall off, and if you fall off, you probably die. Hi guys! Happy Valentine's! Today is February 14th, 2017, and I just wanted to make this video because I have a horrible memory, and by the time, I don't know, August rolls around or something, I won't remember what Michael and I did for Valentine's 2017. Before I get into what we are doing for this Valentine's, I kind of wanted to like recap what we did for the last Valentine's. So this will be our 5th Valentine's together. 4 years ago today I had my very first date, like first date ever. Michael and I were just friends at the time, and he picked me up and from my house in West Covina, my old house. We were hanging out towards the end of the night. It's evening, it's kind of dark. We're driving in his car and we're almost to my house, or either we just left my house and we're driving to like this kind of dark alleyway. Not an alley, but like this unlit street, and I'm like, I don't really know this guy too well, so what are we doing over here, you know? He pulls the car over onto this like very unlit street. It's kind of dark. The sun is pretty much set. I can't really see his facial expression. I can just feel the nervousness, the nerves on him, you know, like he's just very nervous. He wasn't sure what to say. He's like, so, and he didn't know how to start, so he reached in front of, on the dashboard, and he pulled out this little white index card, and it looked kind of blank, and then he kind of turned it over to me and he gave it to me, and it's this cute little, like a school index card, and in, I don't know where he got it from, like glow-in-the-dark nail polish or something, glow-in-the-dark, some type of paint, he wrote in, and I think a little heart. I have it somewhere. It's got a heart and it says, "Will you be my Valentine?" And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. I don't remember what day it was. It was obviously, you know, at least maybe probably like a week before Valentine's. And me and Giselle had talked about this scenario just a few days before, and she was kind of just saying like, I know he's gonna ask you, so just be careful of something. I don't know, she was just, she's very protective, and she was like, well, you should ask what it entitles. So that's what I did. Before I said anything, I'm like nervous myself because it's the first time I've ever been asked on a date. I asked him, so if I say yes, what does that mean? He's like, well, that means that you're gonna go on a date with me. And I was like, well, what does that mean? And he's like, I don't know, we do an activity and then, you know, I take you home and that's it. And I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, all right, cool. And then I don't know if we hung out after that. I think he just drove me home. He probably stayed at my house for a while. We watched TV, and then he probably went home. Yeah. So that was how he asked me. And then the actual date, Valentine's of 2013, he picked me up, and I remember asking him like, what do I wear? Because I have this, you know, I have this outfit that I want to wear, but I'm not really comfortable in it, and it's also a dress. Can I wear that? And he's like, yeah, sure, that's fine. And thank God I changed. I couldn't have worn a dress like to get in and out of the car, and it was just like, why would a dress be anyways, so I changed my outfit. He picked me up, and he didn't tell me where we were going. We went to Speed Zone first. I hadn't been to Speed Zone in forever. It was really cute. It was just, I don't know, it was really fun. I was really excited because, you know, it's Speed Zone. We played the arcade games for a while. That was really fun. Getting to know him, playing arcade games. We played quite a few games of air hockey. We played some of the driving, you know, the steering wheel racing games. Played some shooter games, you know, like where you shoot the zombies with shotguns and whatnot. And then I thought that was the end of it because, like, we spent, like, I don't know, $40 on arcade games or something. And he's like, okay, are you done? And I was like, yeah, I guess. And he's like, okay, and then he walked over to the, you know, cashier guy, and he ordered us bracelets so we could go do the race cars. And I was like, oh yes, I love race cars. I love I like bumper cars more. I don't know. It's it depends on my mood, you know. Sometimes I want to pretend I'm Bowser and like bump people off the streets. Another time I just want to like be competitive and race somebody and be in first place. So I think it was just like the two of us going around for quite a few laps, and he kept trying to drift, so he kept getting stuck, and the guy was seriously getting annoyed with him. Like, he couldn't say anything because, I mean, we're customers, we're paying customers, but Michael kept getting stuck on like corners because he was trying to drift and like do cool things and whatnot, and I was just laughing him because I don't care about drifting, I just wanted to be first. And then after that, I don't know what you call it, where it's like just the straight shot and it's like a 100-meter dash for cars, where you have to, when the light turns green, you have to go, and whoever gets to the finish line fastest, you know, they win. We did that like twice, I think, but you had to pay extra for that, and it was, from what I remember, it was pretty expensive. And then I was like, okay, that's probably the end of the day, because he spent like a ridiculous, in my mind, well, 2013, I was like 17-ish, 16, 17-ish. That was a lot of money for me. So yeah, I was like, that's probably the end of it. And then towards the end of the day, the second thing we did was we went to dinner. We had Korean barbecue because he knew that I had been talking about it, that I wanted to go to Korean barbecue for a while. So he took me to this cute little Korean barbecue spot, just like a little mom and pop shop, like not a big fancy one like Gen or anything. But it was really nice, and I think it was like our first time trying Korean barbecue. And I'm Korean, but like my mom's adopted, so we don't really have the tradition. So then by this time it's pretty late, and he said, we gotta go, and I'm thinking like, oh, he got somewhere else to go or something, you got a second date you gotta go on. I'm just kidding. But he was kind of like, you know, we're on a time schedule, so we left, and he kept making jokes like right before the end of dinner that we're gonna go dancing, like, how do you like dancing, and this and that. And I hate dancing, I'm not a dancer, I'm so uncoordinated. Dancing is not my thing. I was just like, the day was really good, and then he brought up dancing, and I was just like, oh my god, this guy's really gonna make me go dance. Like, I hope he's joking. And he kept playing it off like he wasn't joking, like, no, it'll be fun, and blah blah blah, and you'll be fine, and it'll this and blah blah blah. So I was like, my mood just like, shh, you know, because dancing, and it was like our first date, and it's embarrassing. So then, like, halfway through the drive, he's like, I'm just kidding, we're not going dancing. I was like, oh, the weight, like, of relief that I felt was like I weighed 2 pounds. I just felt so much better. We actually went to see a movie. We actually saw Warm Bodies, and then after that, we were driving home, and we passed by this couple at the bus stop, and the guy was holding balloons and flowers, I think. I was just looking at them, like, not thinking anything, just looking at them. And Michael looked over and mentioned, oh, that's sweet that he got her flowers and balloons and stuff. Maybe I should have done that for you. And I was like, no, I mean, I had a really good day. It was really fun. And he's like, okay, all right. I'm just like, okay. So we get to my house, and he's kind of like sitting in the car. He doesn't open the door for a few seconds. And he's like, well, did you have fun? And I was like, yeah, of course. It was really fun. Thank you. So he kind of like motions to get out of the car, so I get out of the car, and I think we're walking, and then like he grabbed my arm or my hand or something, and it kind of scared me because like we don't have, at that time we didn't have a lot of physical contact, we're just barely getting to know each other. And he's like, oh wait, I have a surprise for you, close your eyes. So I close my eyes, and I'm standing by the trunk of the car, and I hear him open the trunk, and he's like, keep your eyes closed, and you know, I'm not gonna spoil the surprise. So I kept my eyes closed, and he said, hold out your hands. So I hold out my hands, and I'm thinking he's gonna, I don't know, put a card or like flowers or something. And I feel something touch my face. Like, it was just weird. It felt like I felt fuzz touch my face, and I was like, oh, what? So I opened my eyes, and there's this big fat teddy bear. That guy. There's this big fat teddy bear, and he's huge, you know, and I've never gotten like, you know, a teddy bear from a guy or anything. It was just like, it was adorable, and he had a little note on him. I think it's in the same jar with the card. It had a little note that said, to Suki, I hope you like him as much as I like you. And it was like, that's so cute. Anyway, let me show you guys. That's Reginald. I named him Reginald because Warm Bodies, if you've seen it, the zombie's name is R, and previously I had watched a cat show, and the one boy cat, he had all sisters, and the one boy cat was named Reginald, and I was like, that is the cutest name for a cat ever. If I get another pet, I'm gonna name him Reginald. And he came before I had another cat, So I named him Reginald because it worked. He came on Valentine's Day, and I could nickname him R for short because of the movie we watched on Valentine's Day. Let me show him. This is Reginald. He used to have the little tag on his ear. He's pretty big. He sleeps with me on my bed. My cat, Baby, my older cat, really likes sleeping with him. I'm not sure why. Like, if my other cat is sleeping on the bed, they love this one spot on the bed, and if the other cat is sleeping there, then Baby will sleep right in his legs, like right here, and I'll show you a picture because it's really cute. So 2013, that was our first date. 2014, we switched off. Since he planned the first, I planned the second date. I took him to Catalina Island so we could go scuba diving. I told my mom's boyfriend, Richard, this is what I'm doing. This is how much it is for me and Michael. If you want to pay for you and my mom, then we can make it like a double date. And he's like, yeah, okay. So it's the four of us, Richard, my mom, me, and Michael. We go to Catalina, and then when we got to the scuba diving place, it looked really terrifying. Like, the water is super choppy, the water looks black from above, there's seaweed and kelp all over, and it just looked like something out of Jaws. And my mom, unfortunately, couldn't do it. She was too afraid. And I was really afraid too, but you know, we had the instructor there, and he just said, put your head in the water, and the water turns like really clear. You know, when you're looking at it from above, for whatever reason, it looks black. You put your head down with the goggles, and you can see all of the fish, and it was crazy. It was amazing. But my mom couldn't do it, so Richard stayed out with her, and I felt really bad because Richard spent a lot of money, and I think my mom wanted to try it. She was just really scared. So then 2015, Michael planned it, and we just did something really small. We had a homemade dinner at his house. I'm sure the cutie turned off all the lights. He set his game table up. He put a tablecloth over it, cleaned it off, and he had made spaghetti for us. But he had 2 candles, and then he gave me the top of a rose from his mom's garden. So that was pretty cute. And 2016, I'm pretty sure what we did was we went ATV riding, and I have a video of it that, if you're watching this, that means that one's already posted. So go watch our ATV video. It was terrifying. I semi-enjoyed it. He really enjoyed it. He didn't love it because he said he wanted me to hug him more so he could feel, I don't know, like a man or something. I don't really know. He didn't really say. He just said, I wish you had hugged me more while we were riding. And I was like, I didn't want to squeeze you too hard because I felt like a boa constrictor, you know. Already I felt like I was squeezing the life out of him. It was pretty terrifying for me. I felt like we were gonna fall over either to the side or to the front because there were so many steep hills going up and then going down, and it's his first time driving an ATV, so I didn't have the most confidence in him, and it was a lot of bumps, and it was like I was getting dizzy, and there were times where I felt like I really was gonna faint. Like, I had to breathe and remind myself, if you faint, you fall off, and if you fall off, you probably die. So this year, 2017, we're not doing anything. Today is Tuesday, and I have to go to class. Today is Tuesday, so I have class from 1 to 5. I need to leave right now. And he has work, and then he's also taking the 6-week EMT class. This is his very last week. He has a test today, so hopefully he passes his cumulative final tonight. He needs to get a 125 out of 50. If he misses 26 questions, he does not pass the class with a B. He needs an 80% to pass the class to be able to get certified. So hopefully he passes, because otherwise that'd be a lot of money for this class and 6 weeks of his life semi-wasted. So like I said, we're not doing anything. He doesn't get off class. He gets off work around 4, and he gets off class around 10 p.m. I get off class around 5, but just with the schedules, and we're not doing anything anyways. Like, we didn't plan anything. We might do something this weekend, but it's gonna be really small. We're trying to save our expenses for May because we're going on a really big anniversary trip. I don't know if we've mentioned it in the vlogs before where we're going, so I'm not gonna say anything now, and if we've said it in the earlier vlogs, then you already know where we're going. I'm gonna end it there. Happy Valentine's, guys. Happy Valentine's, Michael. I love you, and I hope that we have many more wonderful Valentines together.
Someone kicked it to the curb. Keep your head held high like you're chipping on the herb. It's